It's March Madness, everybody. It's that time of the year when every ex-athlete and sports anchor tells us college players deserve to get paid.
Where's my money? Bitch, where's my money?
Well, the universities agree, and that's why they compensate them for their room, board, and education. An amount totaling no less than $50,000 a year.
God damn. A quarter.
College players deserve to get paid. They are. A lot. Think about that. $50,000 a year for some kid who just has a high school diploma. You know how much the average high school grad makes? $28,000 a year. You know how much the average police officer makes? $28,000 a year. You know how much the average military man or woman makes? $29,000 a year. That means that a college athlete gets more to fight the Irish than fight ISIS.
What?
College athletes are getting paid more than most Americans, and they only have to work 6 months out of the year.
Now that's fucked up.
But some people still believe that college athletes deserve more. HBO's John Oliver says,
the athletes are not paid a penny, because they aren't.
But it appears that this John Oliver seems to disagree.
Student debt in the US is now bigger than debt from credit cards and auto loans, and is second only to mortgages.
So, Johnny boy, is college tuition not worth anything, or is it bankrupting America? Maybe, John, you're not familiar with what paying somebody $0 really is. Let me explain. At HBO, on your show Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, you have these people called interns. You see, these interns work for you for $0 while you make hundreds of thousands and HBO makes millions. Now, don't feel bad about having interns, John Oliver. Most networks, businesses, corporations have them. It's how Americans get job experience and college credit. My question is, if internships are acceptable for most Americans, why are student athletes above the rest of us? I mean, if we really want to be fair, college athletes would pay tuition like you and me and then play their sport as an internship for college credit. But life isn't fair, and guess what? Student athletes benefit from that. Now, John Oliver did have some very compelling arguments for why they should pay the players.
Because less than 2% of college basketball and football players go pro.
Only 2% become pros? If that's the case, the NCAA deserves every penny they make off March Madness. They found a way to make $1 billion off of mediocre basketball. 36-38? That's not a score, that's a street address.
Yes.
But let me get this straight. We should pay them more in college because only 2% of them go pro? Yeah, that makes sense. Because, of course, everyone else who pays for college actually becomes their major. I mean, I can't tell you how many anthropologists I meet. Oh, and all the art historians that I bump into. And those doggone communicators that are just hogging up all the treadmills at the gym. None of us end up being what we do in college. Now, John Oliver isn't done. He said that athletes should be paid because it's hard to be a student athlete.
Richard Sherman reminisce about his college days.
You wake up in the morning, you have weights at this time. Then after weights, you go to class. And after class, you go maybe try to grab you a quick bite to eat. Then after you get your quick bite to eat, you go straight to meetings. I would love for a regular student to have a student athlete schedule during the season for just one quarter or one semester and show me how you balance that.
I have a lot of respect for Richard Sherman, but that might be the stupidest thing that he has ever said. Richard, you realize that there are people who go to college and have real full-time jobs, right? I worked 40 hours a week at a restaurant my senior year in college, and my school didn't provide a tutor to help me pass Swahili either.
What language did you study?
Swahili.
What language did you take?
I took Swahili.
I traded my real job for lifting weights and watching football highlights faster than Sandusky getting to the showers. John Oliver is so convinced that being a student athlete is abusive, he said this.
The only other people who say they're not employees that much are people who run illegal sweatshops out of their basements.
Yeah, you're right. Being a student athlete is kind of like working in a sweatshop. if you only had to work in a sweatshop half a year, and if you got to bang all the hottest chicks that worked in the sweatshop, and if you had a tutor that was provided by the sweatshop to do all of your work at the sweatshop.
Swahili.
You know, now that I think about it, being a college athlete and working at a sweatshop are incredibly similar. I used to think the only similarity were the jerseys and the sneakers. Let's be honest, do the universities use the players?
Yes, 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 yes.
But the players also use the universities. Players choose universities that give them the best chance of going pro. Who's got the most nationally televised games, who's got the highest profile coach, and who's gonna make the tournament. They're not picking a school based on their most desired geographical location. What 17-year-old black kid goes, I wanna live in Kentucky?
This kid's definitely on crack right now.
Thank you guys so much for watching This American Hype and all the other shows we have on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/TheAndrewSchulz. We got This American Hype, Brilliant Idiots videos, sketches, stand-up. This is the place for all that. Thank you very much.